Hey, what's up, y'all? Basically, I just wanted to make a video talking about my experience of growing up in a drug addicted household. My parents were together when I was young. My mom worked two jobs, so I didn't get to see my mom very much at all. My dad was on disability. I broke his back around, I think I was five. Around seven, when I was 7 years old, he got in a DUI accident and broke his back and his neck again. So my dad was in rough shape. He was a big man. He was 6'7", 250 pounds, had a big beard. He was a biker. He was a big, rough dude. Um, he was just in a lot of pain. He drank alcohol daily. Later on, stuff started escalating. Not too long after he healed up from the car accident. I would come home from school. My mom would be at work already. My dad would be isolated in the bedroom. Knock on the door. He'd tell me he was busy to come back. So basically, when I was 8 years old, I started cooking my own dinners, making sure I did my own homework because nobody else was going to make sure I did the shit. His behavior started escalating pretty sure. Towards the end of it, um, he'd get pretty physical. He didn't like being messed with when he was in his room. Like, I learned pretty quick just to leave him the fuck alone, or there's going to be an ass whooping when it comes out of the deal. But one of the times I knocked on the door, and he's telling me to go in the backyard because there's people in the backyard. Now, we had a wooden deck with a jacuzzi tub on top of it, surrounded by a wooden fence, and then a grass yard, and then a chain link fence around outside of that. And he'd swear there's people outside. He talked me to going in. I'm only 9 years old, and he talked me to going out back, and it's probably 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. I go out back, and there's nobody out there. And now that we played this game a couple times, I'd go back to the door, knock, couldn't get him to open the door. He'd finally open the door. He'd tell me there's people outside. He sees people outside. I didn't find out till later, but he played this game with my mother too. At the time, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. It was crazy. There was a lot of violence in my household, and a lot of drug bullshit going on. A lot of just taking care of myself. I didn't realize. We'll jump ahead a little bit to where I realized what the fuck was going on in my dad's bedroom when I'm about, we'll say 16, 17. This is the first time I ever smelled crack cocaine. That I knew, like, I'd smelt it way before then, but I didn't know it was crack cocaine. And as soon as I fucking smelt that shit, I got hit with a fucking flood of emotions like you wouldn't fucking believe, because everything fucking clicked. I smelt that smell every time my dad opened that door, and there was a cloud of smoke. You know what I mean? This man would be in there sweating his ass off, talking about he's doing push-ups. And dude, you're in a small room with a king-size bed, a dresser, and two nightstands, and you're fucking 6'7", and you're telling me you're doing push-ups. It didn't make sense back then. Everything started fucking clicking, you know. My dad was fucked up. He was fucked up. You know, he would do these things, and the next day, I mean, this grown man would look at me with fucking tears in his eyes and promise me he would never do this shit again. Ever. And I believed him. And 2 days later, he fucking does the shit again. He does the shit again. Next day, crying fucking hysterically. But this was fucking routine. And it didn't make sense until my drug addiction took over and I started doing the same fucking dumb shit. Same dumb shit. Same shit I couldn't fucking stand growing up. I did it. Same motherfucker peeking out the window, talking to the shadow people. Did it, bro. Like, you know what fucking kind of realization it is that you became the man you fucking despised? You know, I never put my hands on my son. You know, he always had, the time that I had him from until he was 3, I never abused my son. You know, because he always had food, he always was fed, he always had clean clothes, he always had clean shoes. I always played with him even when I was dope sick. But I did the same fucking dumb shit, man. I neglected my son. I put my son in danger because of my drug addiction. Same shit my dad did. I thought I was fucking better because I wasn't hitting my kid. You know, that's how I justified the shit to myself. Oh, I don't hit my son, So I'm better than my dad. Fucking no better. The emotional damage is just as fucking bad. Thank God my son wasn't 7, 8, 9 when the shit was going on, or he'd have the same memories I have. You know, that's the one thing I'm fucking grateful for. You know, my dad was fucking mean. His dad was a fucking alcoholic. You know, he used to have to drive his dad home from the bar when his dad was too drunk. You know, it was a straight up learned behavior. My dad had me in the motherfucking bar when in Colorado when I was 6, 5, 6. I remember being in the bar. You know, I remember driving home with his drunk ass and he's running over trash cans and hitting a mailbox and laughing and having a good time. You know, before I was 7 or 8 or 9, I was my dad's best friend. We did everything together. You know, but his drug addiction escalated to where I couldn't be a part of his life anymore. You know, we lived in the same house, but we wasn't the same life. You know, we're drug overdoses. You know, there's a time where my dad made me stay the night at a friend's house. I didn't want to stay the night. He made me stay the night. First thing in the morning, I get up and I'm fucking terrified. So I go bolt, run home as fast as I can. Get in the house. There's an empty pill bottle on the floor. He's passed out on the couch, foaming from the mouth, and I cannot wake his ass up. Can't wake him up. I'm fucking terrified. I told you I didn't want to stay the night at a friend's house, and you made me, and this is fucking why. And I was 10, 11. Like this was fucking daily occurrence bullshit, man. You know, I remember drinking beer super fucking young, super young. I got a story about my fucking first time I ingested cocaine. I'm gonna make a video on. That's fucking insane. You know, it was a tough fucking life growing up with somebody who's addicted to drugs and alcohol, man. I took a back seat for sure. Took a back seat, and it fucking all it did is breed a drug addict. You know, I was already born with a disposition to be a drug addict, and then you put me in an environment where I'm surrounded by drugs and alcohol. How the fuck was I not supposed to be a drug addict? You know what I mean? How does that make any fucking sense? If I'm already tasting beer when I'm fucking 5, 6, 7 years old, and I'm already ingesting fucking cocaine when I'm fucking 9 years old, what the fuck do you think is gonna happen to me? I'm getting beat up, I'm violent, I'm pissed off, and I'm looking for an outlet. And the first thing I'm gonna do is run to the same thing my dad ran to that I watched as I learned that shit as a creature of habit. It's the pattern. I followed his exact pattern that I was raised to. Alright, y'all. Like my page, subscribe, what the fuck ever. If you like my story, comment. If you don't like my story, alright, whatever. I'm still gonna make videos. Alright, y'all. Peace.